Good morning, student. In today's session, our subject structure analysis part 1. We continue with our topic column and strut, and today we derive another derivation, that is for both end of column are fixed. Okay. Now here I take a figure. In this figure, both end of column are fixed. Okay. And for that we derive our Euler's formula. Okay. If both end of column are fixed, in that condition, first of all, look at this is our fixed end and this is also our fixed end. Okay, now fixed support subjected to horizontal, vertical and moment. Okay, this figure subjected, this column is subjected to load axial force, that is P, and second we mention our moment, and this column subjected to moment, that is denoted by m0, and here it is also subjected moment because both end of column is is fixed end, so fixed support subjected to moment. Okay, and from this A point at distance x, deflection is y. Okay, now we find out equation of moment for this both end of column. Okay, look at this. When both end of column is hinge, our deflection is start from hinge support, but when both end of column is fixed, then deflection, slope and deflection start little bit away from our support, because fixed support is not allowing for slope and deflection. At fixed support, slope, deflection both are 0. Hinge support is allowing for slope and deflection both. Okay, but fixed support is not allowing for slope and deflection. Okay, now here at distance x from A point, deflection is y. Okay, now we make a equation of moment m. M is equal to, from this B point, this moment is clockwise, so m0, and this load P is rotate anti-clockwise. Okay, and this anti-clockwise moment is equal to minus, and that is this vertical load into this horizontal distance y. Okay, and that is equal to minus py. Okay, this is our equation of moment for both end of column are fixed. Clear? Now what is the equation of differential equation? That is m is equal to ei d square y dx square. Okay, ei d square y dx square is equal to equation of moment is equal to m0 minus p into y. Okay, now ei d square y dx square, shift this pi right to left hand side, so this negative term converted into this positive term. Okay, ei d square y dx square plus p into y is equal to our moment m0 at A and B and both. Okay, now next, this is our equation of differential equation. Now after solving this differential equation, we get y is equal to c1 cos x under root p upon ey plus c2 sin x under root p upon e. This is our differential equation for deflection, plus m0 pi p. Okay, and this is the figure of our both end of column fixed subjected to this axial compressive load. Now here we find out value of two constant, that is c1 and c2, and this value of c1 c2 constant is depend upon boundary condition. At A point, slope and deflection both are 0. Here x is equal to 0. Look at this x is equal to 0. Then deflection y is equal to 0, and also slope dy by dx is equal to 0. Same at B point. From this A point to this B point, distance x is equal to L. Okay, and here at B point, again deflection y is equal to 0, and also this slope dy by dx is equal to 0. Clear? Okay, again I am repeating you. At A point, our distance x is equal to 0. Okay, and this slope y is equal to 0 and dy by dx is equal to also 0. At this B point, x is equal to L. Okay, and this B point, deflection y is equal to 0 and dy by dx is equal to 0. Now one by one we apply boundary condition. First we apply this boundary condition at A point. Okay, in this equation. Okay, here I put y is equal to 0. Okay, and this x is equal to 0. What happened here? Look at this. X is equal to 0 and also this y is equal to 0. Okay, and from this equation we find out constant of C1 is equal to minus m0 by p. Okay, in this equation y is equal to 0 and also this x is equal to 0. Okay, y 0, cos 0 is equal to here 1, and this m0 by p is shift from right to left, and that is C1 is equal to, look at this, C1 is equal to minus m0 by p. Here we find out our first constant, that is C1. Now our differential equation y, C1 cos under root p upon ei plus C2 sin x under root p upon ei plus m0 by p. We differentiate this equation with respect to x and then we apply boundary condition. Okay, because here we find out first constant C1, now we second find out our C2 constant, and that is depend upon differentiation. Okay, now y, differentiation of this y is equal to dy by dx, and C1 differentiation of this cos is equal to minus sin and x under root p upon ei, and differentiation of this constant term is equal to under root p upon ei with respect to x. C2 as it is, sin differentiation cos x under root p upon ei, and differentiation of this constant term with respect to x is equal to under root p upon ei, and this m0 pi is equal to 0 with respect to x, because here x term is not given. Now next, dy by dx is equal to minus C1. Okay, and this under root p upon ei first we mention, and sin x under root p upon ei plus C2 under root p upon ei cos x under root p upon ei. Okay guys, now this a point, value of x is equal to also 0, then slope dy by dx is equal to 0, and our deflection is also 0. Put the values 1 by 1 0, dy by dx is equal to 0, C1 we find out m0 by p, but this x is equal to also 0, that means sin 0 is equal to 0, C2, and this cos 0 is equal to 0, that means dy by dx is equal to 0, this term is also 0, and here cos 0 is equal to 1, and C2, that means our value of this C2 constant again we get 0. Clear? C1 we find out m0 by p, and according to this boundary condition our C2 constant we get 0 value. Now our equation of differential y, C1 x. Okay, what is the C1 cos under root p upon ei plus this C2 constant and m0 by p. Now one by one we find out the value. C1 is equal to m0 by p, and this constant C2 is equal to 0. Okay, now y, put the value of C1 constant minus m0 by p cos x under root p upon ei. C2 constant is 0, that means this total term is 0, and m0 by p. Clear? Okay, now here 0, y is equal to 0, we apply second boundary condition at b point, and this b point, at this b point our value of y is also 0, and second value of x is equal to L. Okay, at b point y is equal to 0 and this x is equal to L. Okay, now we apply boundary condition at b point. m0 by p, this is our C1 constant, cos x under root p upon ei, but x is equal to L, and this is our m0 by p. Now one by one shift this negative term right to left, that means it is converted into positive. m0 by p cos L under root p upon ei is equal to m0 by p. Okay, m0 by p and m0 by p cancel from left and right side. Cos L under root p upon ei is equal to L. This is our final term. Now if I convert this 1 into cos, then what is the value of 1 in term of cos? Cos 0 is equal to 1. Okay, so cos L under root p upon ei is equal to cos 0 cos 2 pi, because cos 2 pi is equal to 1, cos 4 pi is equal to 1. Okay, now L under root p upon ei, if I take here 0, then this term is again 0, but there is no meaning of prove this derivation, so I take 2 pi here. Okay, if I take 0, then means overall value of this Euler load is equal to 0. It is not possible, so here we take our value, that is 2 pi. Okay, now L under root p upon ei is equal to 2 pi, and I make a equation in term of Euler load. So remove this under root. Okay, if I remove this under root, that means L and 2 pi square. Okay, P, look at this, 2 pi square, that means 4 pi square. Then P 4 pi square EI cross multiply and L square. This is our final equation of Euler load for both end of column are fixed. Okay, here our derivation of both end of column are fixed is complete, and in next session we derive another derivation for another end condition. Just now we stop it. Okay, now our next derivation is one end of column is fixed and another end is hinge. For that, here I take a one figure, and in this figure one end of column is hinge. Okay, and one end of column is fixed. A end is fixed and B end is hinge. Okay, and this column is subjected to axial compressive load, that is P. Now we can see that from this A point, distance x, our deflection is equal to y, and from at B point, here I take a one horizontal reaction to balance this inducing moment. Okay, overall deflection is equal to y. Now first of all we make a equation of moment, and this equation of moment we make from this B point. At this B point, this load P is rotate in anti-clockwise direction with respect to this deflection. So we take P into y. Okay, this is our moment P into y, anti-clockwise moment, and this horizontal reaction H is rotate in clockwise direction. This horizontal reaction is multiplied with vertical distance, and at section X from this A point. Okay, and overall length of column is equal to L, and from this B point, distance, remaining distance is L minus X, because we take section from A point and make a equation of moment from B point, and distance is equal to L minus X, because overall length of column is equal to L, and from this A point our section is given at X distance. Okay, so L minus X. So equation of moment M is equal to minus P into Y plus H L minus X. Clear? Now next, equation of bending moment M according to our differential equation is equal to EI d square by dx square. We put the value of M here. EI d square by dx square. M is equal to minus P into Y plus H L minus X. Okay. Now next, we shift this minus P into Y from right to left, and it is converted into positive sign. So EI d square by dx square plus PY H L minus X. Okay, this is H L minus X. Now after solving this differential equation, we get Y C1 cos x under root P upon EI plus C2 sin x under root P upon EI, and this term H L minus X, because here we convert into equation in form of Y. So H L minus X divided by P. Clear? This is our differential equation for column section. Now next, we apply boundary condition to find out value of our constant C1, C2. And boundary condition at A point, we know that x is equal to 0 because it is our starting point of column. At fixed point, our deflection dy by dx is also 0, and our y is equal to 0. Y is equal to our deflection and dy by dx is equal to slope. That means at A point, three values are 0. X 0, then y is equal to 0, and dy by dx is equal to 0. And at B point, our distance x is equal to 0 and deflection y is also 0. Okay, x is 0 and our deflection y is equal to also 0. Okay, now we put the value at A point in this equation of differential equation. Y C1 cos x under root P upon EI, C2 sin x under root P upon EI, H by P L minus X. Put the value x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. That means this cos 0 is equal to 1 and this sin 0 is equal to 0, and H by P L minus X. Here we put x is equal to 0. That means H L by P is left term. Okay, so value of this C1 constant is equal to minus H L by P. This term is shift to left side and it is converted positive to negative sign because we change the direction. Okay, so C1 is equal to minus HL by P. This is our first value of constant C1. Now we find out our another value of constant C2. Okay, and then for that we differentiate our differential equation y with respect to x. Equation of y, okay, given. Now one by one we differentiate this equation with respect to x. Differentiation of y with respect to x is equal to dy by dx C1, okay, as it is, and cos, differentiation of cos is minus sine x under root of pi, and this constant term differentiate under root p upon ei. Then C2 sine converted into cos x under root upon pi, and differentiation of this constant term with respect to x is equal to under root p upon ei. Here HL by p with respect to x 0 and h by p into x, differentiation h by p, and this is minus because in bracket minus sign is given. Now dy by dx minus c1 under root p upon ei sin x under root p upon ei plus c2 under root p upon ei cos x under root p upon ei is minus h by p. After using the value of x is equal to 0, then dy by dx is equal to 0 in equation of this slope. Okay, here we apply value of x is equal to 0 and slope dy by dx is equal to 0 at support A. Here this term is 0, then C1 we already find out, okay, and C2 put the value cos 0 is equal to 1, this minus h by p, and sin 0 x is equal to, that means this term is 0. Okay, now we find out value of C2. Okay, this term is 0 and C2 under root p upon ei, and this cos 0 is equal to 1. Okay, look at this, C2 is equal to, this is opposite sign minus sign to plus h by p, and this p upon ei is converted into ei by p. This is the value of our second constant C2. Here we get two value of constant C1 and C2. Okay, our equation dy by dx is equal to minus C1 under root p upon ei sin x under root p upon ei C2 under root p upon ei, and this minus h by p. Okay, and from this equation we find out C1 minus HL by p. Okay, this is our first value of constant C1 minus HL by p, and second value we find out h by p and under root ei by p. Put this value in our original equation of deflection y. C1 minus HL by p cos x under root p upon ei, this is our C2, h by p under root ei by p and sin x under root pi by p, and this is our h by p L minus x. Now we find out second boundary condition. Okay, here at this B point value of this x is equal to 0, and at this B point our deflection y is equal to 0. Okay, here second boundary condition we apply at B point. Now one by one put the value here, y is equal to 0, put x is equal to L. Okay, x is equal to L, then again here x is equal to L and y is equal to 0. Okay, look at this, HL cos L under root p upon ei, then h by p under root ei by p, and sin L under root p upon ei, and here the term x is equal to L, L minus L is equal to 0, that means this term is simply cancelled out. Clear? This final term is cancelled out because here we put x is equal to L, ultimate L minus L is equal to 0. Okay, now after solving, okay, after solving this equation, this term sent, this minus term is shifted right to left, it is converted into positive, then this divide by sine divide by cos. Okay, after dividing this sine divide by cos, that is converted into tan. Okay, now tan L under root p upon ei is equal to L under root p upon ei. Okay, L under root p upon ei, and value of this term is equal to 4.5 radian. Here I make a p as a Euler load. Okay, so remove this under root, and p is equal to 2 pi square ei by L square. Okay, this is our final equation of one end of column is fixed and another end is hinged, and here our LE, effective length LE, is equal to L by root 2. Okay, our derivation of one end of column is fixed and another end is hinged. To derive Euler's formula is complete here. Okay, in next session we derive our last derivation. One end of column is fixed and another end is free. Just now we stop here. Okay.